Ethics and morality are not the same thing, but they are related. In fact, they are so related that people often use the words as synonyms. But they are not. Ethics is about morality. To be more specific, ethics is the study of morality using the methods of philosophy. Morality is that which addresses our beliefs about what is right and wrong. What constitutes good? What constitutes bad? Another way to put it is, ethics is a rational search for answers to moral questions. These are questions that are centered around our moral judgments, our principles, and our values. The philosophical study of ethics involves a systemic examination of what are called life's big questions. Morality is both evaluative and normative. Morality defines our norms and our standards for judging actions. The moral standards a society selects give its citizens a guide to decide what is morally right or morally wrong. Using moral standards, we judge whether a person is good or bad. One writer put it this way: the main business of morality is not to describe how things are, but to tell us how they should be. While society has customs and traditions that are not based on morality, they do not hold the same status or level of importance as those determined to be moral issues. Moral issues dominate issues not considered to be moral issues. Most people want to follow the law, but most would disobey a law they felt was immoral. It is also true that if a law prevented us from carrying out a moral obligation, most people would disobey it as well. In general, moral issues override other issues. Another trait of moral issues is that they must apply to everyone equally or they are of no moral worth. Everyone's interest must be considered equally. The rules of morality cannot apply only when we want them to apply. Each moral norm must apply to everyone equally unless there is a morally relevant reason to treat them differently. An example of a morally relevant matter would be how we treat people with a contagious deadly disease. While we wouldn't dream of confining an innocent person, we may consider it morally relevant to do so if allowing them to move about freely could result in the deaths of others. Moral norms are universal. They are relevant in all circumstances that are relatively equal. If it's wrong for person A to do it, moral norms dictate that it's wrong for person B to do it. It's important to note that what may be considered moral by one society may be considered immoral in another. While the Spartans considered it an obligation to kill off the weak so that its society could be strong, other civilizations saw killing innocent people for such reasons to be quite immoral. But the moral code of each society gave its citizens a standard by which they could label an action good or bad. A critique of religious societies often made by atheists is that the religious people need the Bible, or the Quran to be moral, but atheists need no such authority to do good. The problem with this conclusion is that it assumes that there is some universally agreed upon standard of morality once religion is out of the picture. The history of humankind tells us otherwise. Misconceptions such as this can be avoided if morality is studied rather than assumed, and to do this one needs ethics.